Here we are again. Protect your attention as a limited resource. I want you guys to start to see your attention like you see money. Well, I don't want you to see money as a limited resource, to be honest. No, forget about that. Scrap that. Guard your focus hours as sacred. In other words, just see it as sacred. Okay, because it is. Right? It is. So protect your attention because it is a limited resource. You can't pay attention to everything at one time. Okay? Don't forget that. Right. Now, again, multitasking, it drains focus. Deep work wins. Put your phone like what I do, put it on do not disturb and focus on the task at hand. Okay? Remember what my grandfather says. Whatever thy hands findeth to do, do it with all thy might. Don't forget. Okay? Now, your brain can't truly focus on more than one thing at once. These are facts. Right? Good. Treat focus hours as non-negotiable. That's what I do. When I'm focused on my work and I have to focus on the work, do not disturb. Nobody can get through. Sorry. I'm focused on this task. Afterwards, as soon as I take a break, I take it off to see if somebody is any emergencies or anybody else trying to get through. But you have to treat your focus time as non-negotiable. Okay? And don't forget this. Discipline is temporary, but the habit is permanent. And you know what the good thing about this line is? Listen, I'll say it again. Discipline is temporary. Habit is permanent. Let me tell you what the beauty is about this, right? The more you create something as a habit, the less discipline you're going to need to enforce it. Okay? These are facts. The more you have something as a habit, the less discipline you're going to need to keep it going. This is why bad habits take no effort. Okay? That's why bad habits take no effort, right? And when you actually have something as a habit, it takes no effort, right? Because you cannot rely on your willpower forever because things happen, moods change, hormones, things happen. But if you have that habit, you don't feel like you have to be disciplined to do it anymore because now it's a habit. So now when you get up, if you don't go to the gym, you feel off. You feel like something is off. You know what I mean? You feel like something is off. Why? Because that habit got switched, right? Yes, you rely on your discipline to create the habit. You need listen, okay, let me break it down. You need your discipline to create the habit. But after you have the habit, you don't need the discipline to continue it. Okay? I don't need the discipline to get up at 5. Well, I get up at 4:30, but I don't have the discipline to put on my clothes by 5 to get out the door. I don't need it. At first, I needed the discipline to do it. But now it's such a habit that whatever is like rote. Get up at 4:30, do my morning prayers, my whatever I need to do. Put on the clothes, out the door by 5. It's a habit now, right? So that is what you need to get to. You need to be able to make your discipline. You do it enough that it becomes a habit. So you don't need to be disciplined on that anymore because it's just rote. It's just easy. Okay? Good. Repetition of key action that drives progress. That's clear from everything that we were saying today because your results reveal your repetition, right? Systems create effortless results. You need a system. We talked about this in all the other books before. You need a system to create your results. Okay. You basically have to create processes to success to make them automatic. Every day is not going to be a struggle. Some days is going to be easier than some. Some days is going to be harder than some. But if you were disciplined enough that it actually became a habit, right? it becomes less of a struggle. Okay, it becomes less. Got it? Good. And this is something too that I am going through, which is this decision fatigue is reduced by prioritizing first, right? Sometimes I myself do have decision fatigue because I'm pulled in different directions all the time and people asking me what to do. Okay. But I'm still clear with my priorities. So some things I just delegate, some things I just say, not right now. It's not important right now. Okay. To avoid that. But things add up. And as I said to you, I'm on my own journey of doing things better and becoming a better Julia. All right. So more quotes. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. I really love that you said that. That is so funny. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. And that's another reason why I'm so grateful that I'm rereading this book. Because when I first read this book, I didn't see that quote. I did not see that quote when I first read this book. And here it is. It's always been there. That's why sometimes it's good to look over things, right? After you grow. Because things appear to your eyes that didn't appear. You flew right over your head, or your brain filtered it out before. Never ever just feel like, oh, I read that book, I got everything from it. Especially if it's a good book. Wait a couple years and reread it. See what meanings jump out at you, or see what you actually did miss. Right? That's why I like audiobooks so much too. Because audiobooks always reveal some things that my eyes probably missed. Right? When you try to do everything at once, you achieve nothing well. These are facts. Okay? These are facts. Yeah. So focus yields higher results and higher quality outcomes. Distraction dilutes your effort. Okay? That's what my mother used to call double work. She hated that. Oh my God. I got that from her. Right? When we used to have to dust the furniture on Saturday. Right? First of all, she always said, don't let her see you dusting the furniture with one hand. That's the first thing, right? Because it will not be pretty, right? But she loathed it when she give us a task and we have to go back over and do it again. She used to call that double work. Don't do no double work. Okay, do it properly one time and done. Okay, that's my mother. I have my mother to thank for that. Okay, so distraction dilutes effort, right? Dividing your attention, it doubles your mistakes. It does, right? So you split focus. When you split focus, you increase mistakes and you increase stress because you're stressed out. Okay. When you try to do everything at once, you achieve nothing well. You might pass, but do you just want to pass, or you want to be phenomenal? You want to be excellent. You want to actually give yourself a chance to actually succeed and be who you're supposed to be. Here's a question. How good can you get? And that's a question for me. That's a question that I have been asking myself on my own journey. How good can I get? Huh. That's a beautiful question. And I love that question. Right? So that to me is one of my things. And I don't want to share too much because I know it's the internet, etc. But I'm on my own journey too of self-improvement and doing things better and going to the next level. Okay. So I'm talking to you as someone who is not where she wants to be, further than I was yesterday, and I'm grateful for. But I'm also on my own journey. So you guys are on your own journey as well. So that's why it's such a perfect fit, right? Right. Because I'm learning too as I go along and implementing these things. Okay. So I'm telling you from experience. Good. Now, Quantity destroys quality in a lot of things. And you know what? We always say that, and it's the truth. Quantity, sometimes too much of something, it destroys the quality. Do less and do it better. Do it well. Right? Do less and do it well. When you do everything at once, you achieve nothing. Prioritizing one task at a time, it compounds your results. Next. Now, here is your next action steps for the week. Here's your next action steps for the week. Pick one high priority task and work uninterrupted for 90 minutes. See, Miss T already ahead of the game. It's like as if she read this thing before we came, and I promise you she did not read it. Miss T did not. She did not read it. She did not see it. It was just natural and organic when she said what she said. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, she didn't see it. So pick one high priority task, work uninterrupted for 90 minutes. That's what I want you to do. That's an action step for you guys this week. And this is why I have these on a Sunday, because I want you to start your week off right. Okay? Turn off notifications and create distraction-free zone. Right? It's a distraction-free zone. Review your day, review your day-to-day, task, and eliminate your switch tasking. Right? A disciplined life, number 6. Discipline isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's not. It's about developing habits that align with your one thing, but you got to figure out what your one thing is. Okay?